This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, AIADMK Chief Jayalalitha, who steered the party-led alliance to a spectacular win in the Tamil Nadu Assembly polls, will take over the reins of the government for a third time tomorrow. And the Chief Minister in waiting will have 33 ministers. A very good evening. I'm Divya, bringing you all the big stories tonight. And before we get you all the news in detail and the key portfolios, here are the headlines now. Jayalalitha to have 33 ministers, O Pannirselvam to take charge of finance, party with K.S. Sengotian to get agriculture. Jayalalitha to be sworn in as Tamil Nadu Chief Minister at 12:15 p.m. tomorrow. So to say Narendra Modi and Chandrababu Naidu will participate.
The people of Tamil Nadu need have no worry about their safety.
With Jayalalitha coming back to power, is it time for a script change and different role plays in the film industry? Here are some of the reactions.
It's always been the survival of the fittest.
Film industry is in such a way where to bring the audience into the theatre, you have to present it, which most of the producers haven't been doing.
Industries in Tamil Nadu have a long wish list which they say needs immediate action by the new leader. CII speaks to NDTV-Hindu. N. Rangaswamy stakes claim in Puducherry, says he will give good governance to the union territory with Jayalalitha's support.
நாங்கள் அறிவித்த தேர்தல் வாக்குறுதிகளை முழுமையாக விரைவில் நிறைவேற்றுவோம் என்ற நம்பிக்கை இருக்கின்றது.
Left parties condemn the steep petrol hike. Rates went up by 5 rupees a litre last month.
And we condemn this hike in the price of petrol. It is unwarranted.
And doctors at the Ramachandra Medical University say Rajinikanth is in a ward and is progressing well. Has been advised complete rest. Let's also take you through the news making national headlines. A breather for Yediyurappa. BJP wins back the support of 11 rebel MLAs who promised to vote for the Chief Minister. A day ahead of her meeting with Sonia Gandhi, Mamta says she will form a small cabinet soon. Newly elected Congress MLAs in Kerala meet and elect Oomen Chandy as their leader. The man who spearheaded several farmers' movements in India, Bharat Kisan Union founder Mahendra Singh Tikayat, dies of bone cancer. Shock and disbelief around the world. Head of the IMF, Dominic Strauss-Kahn, is arrested and charged with attempted rape of a hotel maid. And Vijayendra Singh has met his match. He will marry Delhi girl Archana. Well, our top story, Jayalalitha has her big list of 33 ministers ready, and here are the key portfolios. Well, the Chief Minister in waiting, Jayalalitha, is to retain the Home Ministry. O. Pannirselvam will take on the Minister of Finance. K.S. Sengotian will be the Minister of Agriculture. Nattam Vishwanathan will take on the Electricity portfolio. Shanmugavelu will take on the Industries portfolio. K.P. Munasamy will be the Minister of Municipal Administration. Palaniyappan will be the Minister of Higher Education. C.V. Shanmugam will be the Minister of School Education. And Sellu K. Raju will be the Cooperation Minister. Well, AIADMK Supremo Jayalalitha, who led her party to a landslide victory, will be sworn in as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu tomorrow at the Madras University Centenary Hall. The swearing-in ceremony will begin at 12:15 p.m., for which the AIADMK Supremo will be inviting all the parties. The AIADMK sources say Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi and TDP President Chandrababu Naidu have confirmed their participation. Jayalalitha met the Governor S.S. Barnala today and laid claim to form the new government. Speaking to media persons, she said today that resolving power cuts issue and restoring law and order will be her priority.
The government will make the official announcement now. Okay, in a few minutes, the CS will be making the announcement.
From yesterday, women, youth, they feel that they are safe now. What do you want to tell the people of Tamil Nadu?
In future, the people of Tamil Nadu need have no worry about their safety and security.
Ma'am, Sonia Gandhi உங்களுக்கு தேநீர் பாட்டிக்கு அழைப்பு விடுத்திருக்காங்களே, மேம் ஏத்துப்பீங்களா?
தொலைபேசியில் பேசி தேர்தல் வெற்றிக்கு வாழ்த்து தெரிவித்தார்.
Then what else is your first priority, ma'am?
I'll speak about all that later. I have already answered at length on the 13th, and I've been talking to the media every day. So, since I have some important work to attend to now, I'll talk about all this.
Ma'am, you have always been...
The immediate priority is to restore law and order, and the state's economy has been totally derailed. Another priority is to put the economy back on the rails, and there has been a lot of regression during the last 5 years. It is almost like having gone back to the dark ages in Tamil Nadu. So we have to take Tamil Nadu again on the path to prosperity and growth and development again. We have to put an end to the perennial power cuts. We have to restore law and order. We have to bring down prices of all commodities. There are so many things that have to be done. We will take them up one by one and deal with them.
Ma'am, what about the price of petrol? What do you react, ma'am?
முதல்ல பதவி ஏற்கணும், அப்புறம் தான்
Ma'am, price of petrol, ma'am.
It is a very unfortunate move. It is going to cause great hardship to the people.
And after winning seats way above the magical figure of 118 in Tamil Nadu, Jayalalitha certainly need not worry about electoral numbers. But as she takes charge as Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, the 63-year-old is keeping her lucky numbers in mind. The date and time of the swearing-in ceremony in Chennai are according to advice by her astrologers. Radhika Iyer reports on how even her choice of sari on important days could be based on her star.
12:15 p.m. on the 16th of May is when Kuligan, which means time considered to be good to assume office, starts according to the Panchangam or the Hindu calendar. Initial reports suggested that Jayalalitha would take charge on 15th May, but after having waited for 5 long years, the AIADMK chief didn't mind waiting a day longer, because apparently a total of the date 16 would mean lucky for her. Jayalalitha's lucky numbers are said to be 5 and 7.
Jayalalitha contested and won with an enormous margin from the temple town of Srirangam this time. Like every election, before beginning her campaign trail, she visited famous temples of Kalahasti, Mysore Chamundeshwari and others to perform pujas meant for good times ahead.
After giving up the cape in 1997, Jayalalitha has been seen only in simple Mysore or crepe silk saris with thin embroidered borders. Red and green are her favourite colours. Incidentally, she was seen wearing red on the result day. As she swears in as Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu for the 3rd term on 16th May, she will sure have the DMK go green with envy. In Chennai, Radhika Iyer, NDTV.
Moving on to some political news now. Well, I'm going to bring you something which is hardly the news you want to hear. Fuel prices went up again last night, and the steepest increase we are seeing in 2 decades. There's an element of disbelief at the margin of the petrol hike. The oil companies have hiked petrol rates by about 5 rupees a litre. This is the 9th hike in petrol prices in the last 9 months. The increase in price, which oil firms have been holding since January, even though crude oil had touched a 2.5-year high, comes day after election results of 4 states and a union territory were announced. And here is a lowdown of the petrol prices as to how much they'll cost you now. In Delhi, it's 63.37, and in Chennai, it's going to cost you 66.93 rupees. And in Kolkata, it's going to be costing you 67.5 rupees. And in Mumbai, petrol will now cost you 68.8 rupees. And in Bangalore, it's recorded the highest, where petrol will cost you 70 rupees 0.635. And the left party in the state has condemned the hike and demanded a rollback.
This government is concerned, it is inevitable. They are determined to do it. The state government is also imposing its taxes on the petroleum products. Central government also posting some taxes on that. Put together, it comes to 45%. The central tax and state 45%. If you cut out that 45%, the prices can come down.
And we condemn this hike in the price of petrol. It is unwarranted. Government should withdraw it, roll back it, because there is no justification. It appears as though the Congress-led UPA government was waiting for the elections to be over in West Bengal, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Assam and Pondicherry in order to hike the price of diesel.
But the finance minister has washed his hands of this hike. Here's what Pranab Mukherjee had to say.
জুন মাসে সিদ্ধান্ত নেওয়া হয়েছে যে পেট্রোল ডিকন্ট্রোলড হলো, ডিরেগুলেটেড হলো, পেট্রোলের দাম বাড়বে বা কমবে সেই সিদ্ধান্ত সরকার নেয় না, সেই সিদ্ধান্ত নেয় oil company.
So what does the change in government in Tamil Nadu mean for the industrial sector? My colleague Ashmit Kumar caught up with the chairman of CII Southern Region in an exclusive chat. Let's listen into their wish list.
There are some fairly shocking revelations if we look at what has been happening in terms of the economic development, especially in Tamil Nadu in the last 5-6 years and over the last 1 decade. If you look at the GDP growth rate between 2005 and 2010, the all India growth rate was at about 8.7%, with Gujarat at about 11.3, Haryana at about 11 and Bihar close to 9.6. Tamil Nadu was below the national average at only 7.4 to 7.5%.
I think that's a very key statistic that you're bringing out to us. I think it highlights a very important trend that Tamil Nadu has underperformed when we talk about the GDP growth of the country and those of the other states, as you pointed out. Now, which factors do you think really contributed towards this slowdown, if I can use that term, and which factors and what are these factors that perhaps Jayalalitha needs to focus on at this point?
I think Tamil Nadu certainly has lagged in bringing in investments. So we have not been as prolific a destination for investment as we always thought we were. Today I think the main issue is the power crisis. It's affecting the entire state. It's not just the industry. I think the agriculturists and also the rural and domestic households in semi-urban and in towns other than Chennai are being very desperately affected.
If we have to see industrial growth, we do need power, that's one hand. Do we also suffer from perhaps an infrastructure deficit?
This area, along with the power and the skill deficit and availability in the state, are 3 critical areas which need immediate attention. Right. Another area which is again of concern, which I think is a lot of cosmetic also, is the airport in Chennai. Right. I think we are behind schedule and the first impression is the best impression, and Chennai unfortunately gives a very, very bad outlook to anybody who lands here. Okay. I think that must be completed, and the Greenfield airport which has been envisaged, I think it's essential. You look at it globally, a major city has more than one airport. You look at Paris, you look at London, you look at New York.
And moving on to the news from the Union Territory, well, the AINRC Chief N. Rangaswamy met the Puducherry Lieutenant Governor Iqbal Singh to stake claim to form the government today. He says he will give good governance to the people of Puducherry with the support of AIADMK's Jayalalitha.
நாங்கள் அறிவித்த தேர்தல் வாக்குறுதிகளை முழுமையாக விரைவில் நிறைவேற்றுவோம் என்ற நம்பிக்கை இருக்கின்றது. மீண்டும் எங்களுடைய ஆட்சியில் சிறப்பாக கொண்டு வந்து அத்தனை திட்டங்களையும் விரைவாக செயல்படுத்துவோம். அனைத்து இந்திய அதிமுகவுடைய மரியாதைக்குரிய பொதுச் செயலாளர் டாக்டர் அம்மா அவருடைய ஆதரவோடு முழுமையான ஒரு ஆட்சி எங்களுடைய கட்சி கொடுக்கும்.
Still ahead on headlines now, the superstar is progressing well. A complete report on his health coming up.